AEW is really giving us Osprey, OKADA, and now Monet? Let me share my best and worst moments and rate 3 best superstars in this episode of AEW Big Business. For the third worst moment, I'm a bit confused about the Hook and Jericho pairing. It just came out of nowhere. Now I understand that maybe they're trying to build up Hook to be a bit more of a challenge, to be more relevant, maybe to even learn to be a better wrestler, to be a better communicator, to be a better promo person. By putting Chris Jericho with Hook, we are probably going to get a better Hook, but I don't think there's going to be any better Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, after losing the AEW championship, hasn't even gotten to a point where we are like, okay, cool. Chris Jericho is back at the top. Maybe Chris Jericho is doing something more important. He's just been going group on group and people just not growing, and they call it the Jericho curse. I don't know why they call it that, but anyway, I'm not happy about that, even though I do believe that maybe this will be something that Chris Jericho can look forward to and maybe be someone that builds Hook. I'll be honest, I don't really care for this. For me, Hook needs a different approach, because the way that Hook was presented in AEW, I think hurts him a little bit, because now you're seeing someone who's inexperienced beats everybody, having an anti-visa streak for him to get to a point where now we don't know what to do because he's not believable enough to be holding any big prize. He's only going to hold the FTW championship. We don't really care too much about it. For the second last moment, I'll be talking about Darby versus Jay White. The reason why I'm talking about them is not necessarily because of the match, but because of the booking decisions for both of them. I am not happy about the Darby Alin suicide every single week. The suicide dive is literally gonna break his back. It's the spine. The spine is extremely integral. So he doesn't have to break his neck or hit his head or have a concussion. He has to just break some part of his spine and he can never walk again. I get it. It's his thing. It's his thing. But like, come on, man. We know we can do it. And also Jay White. Since Jay White debuted to AEW, he hasn't been treated the way I would expect him to be treated. He even feuded with MJF holding the belts, but there was not really, I didn't care for that person. Maybe people cared for it, but I was just like, I know he's not going to win this. There's no way MJF is going to be beaten by Jay White. But for now, I wish this whole Bang Bang Scissor Gang thing can just find a new direction. It's like a cool faction. It's just not in the right place or at the right time. Like, these guys could do something great. These guys are amazing together. They look like the cool kids. It's not working in AEW. I don't know, man. It's just not hitting for me. But anyways, and for me, the number one worst moment was Wardlow's loss, particularly how he lost. Now, we saw a great showing from Wardlow. We saw a great match. None of us really expected Wardlow to beat Samoa Joe. There was no story. There was no reason for it to happen like that. But for him to lose clean, just like that, for me, like, where is he going to go from here? Because now it's clear that we are doing a Swerve Strickland thing. And then when Adam Page comes back, it's when we're going to fight Swerve. But now, where are we putting Wardlow? There's no other world championship in AEW. I wish it was done a bit better. I wish it maybe had shenanigans. I don't know, man. Because Wardlow deserves to be that person. But now, I feel as if they are not leaving room for Wardlow to grow from this. Now for the best moments. In third place, we got the Osprey promo. I said it for Collision. Osprey seems very comfortable in AEW. He seems happy. He seems like he's himself. I'm happy whenever a superstar feels like himself. He doesn't have to prove anything, because now his whole journey was in Japan, because he always said he didn't want to come to America, but that now he's here for him to take the leap, and to take the leap with AEW is amazing. I'm happy that AEW is treating him like a main event star and not just treating him as just one of the other guys. I'm happy that they are putting him and they are making us believe that this man will be the future world champion, as they should. So I'm happy with how they have treated and how they are treating Osprey in AEW. Second best is the main event. The main event was absolutely amazing. I didn't expect the main event to be so good. And for Will Nightingale, who's relatively unknown, and for Riho, who's a past world champion, to have such a great showing. And the crowd here was like, Boston was amazing. Boston did amazing for this pay-per-view / Dynamite. I'm happy with how they are starting to treat the women's division, and I really hope they are going to bring it up to a point where even the whole world notices that AEW really cares. AEW is at a point where they can experiment enough with the women's division and build it up to a point where even WWE or any other promotion was unable to do. I'm interested in seeing how far they're going to take this women's division. And then for me, the best moments was the Monet debut, of course. Personally, I was like, nah, she can come to AEW, I don't care for it. But the atmosphere in Boston, everything, like the whole response, presentation of her was absolutely amazing. The whole CEO chants are so cool. Like, I didn't expect the CEO chants. Like, it's like people are going to be chasing CEO. I was like, okay, whatever. And she cut a nice promo. She really showed that. Now, I'm not happy about people always saying, I'm home. It's just boring because she just said, oh, hey, I'm going to go back to WWE. Anyway, let's talk about that for now. Absolutely great debut, cementing and making me have hope in what she's going to bring to the women's division. Even though Saraya was here, but she didn't do anything. When I saw people chasing CEO, in my mind I was thinking DMD. Now imagine her and DMD just having fans chant DMD, that was CEO. That would be so cool. That's the first thing I thought. Anyways, do you guys agree with this list? Do you think my list is BS? Please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys. Now to rate my 3 best superstars, we're going to start with my honorable mentions. Number 1 is Willow Nightingale. Her growth in AEW has been absolutely interesting. I didn't know her for like 3 weeks, but I'm happy with how they are presenting her. I'm just happy with her, honestly, because it's very hard to build up a female superstar in AEW because of just how horrible the division is. But I'm happy with how she's been showing, how she has been proving herself. I'm happy with how they are going to be doing the whole Monet and Nightingale thing. I'm happy with the Nightingale and Statlander possible feud. I'm just happy with where she's being put and what she's doing with where she's put currently. Also, our world champion Samoa Joe, who just is being able to hold the world championship to a point where it doesn't look weak, it doesn't look useless. He is the person to beat. At this point, as much as people can see themselves beating Samoa Joe, we still believe not. Samoa Joe is the right guy, or was the right guy to beat MJF. And it's crazy because it seems to be working all the time. And lastly, Penta. Penta is someone who in this match with the Elites was absolutely, like, this man is supposed to win the world championship at some point. I don't know what needs to happen for him to be there, but this man is absolutely talented. Even though I think this group with Park should end at some point, but for now, I am happy with how this whole thing is happening. Now for the top 3 superstars, and number 2, of course I got Osprey, because Osprey is just, I'm extremely happy with how it's being treated in AEW. I'm happy with how he's reacting and how he's playing along with his assumed role in AEW. I think his promo work, his in-ring work, of course, is just something that is generational, something that is not easy to do, something that is entertaining. And I believe, as I said, I think it can save AEW. There's a lot of things that needs to happen. There are a lot of moving parts, but I believe with enough time and dedication from the team and him, he can bring AEW back to the feeling that people had from 2019. And number 2, we got OKADA, specifically because OKADA seems to really be doing good as a heel. His heel run is absolutely amazing. His in-ring work as a heel is absolutely amazing. And he's tall and he's dominating. He doesn't seem like someone who's forcing his heelness. He doesn't even need people to be out there defending him. He, with all of his accolades, is doing so well in what he's doing right now. I would have expected him to go and maybe debut on Samoa Joe or anything like that. Shout out to OKADA. And number 1, Wardlow, specifically with how good he is and how far he's come with him as a character and as a wrestler. Where Wardlow's match with Samoa Joe was amazing. He did a lot of great moves. He showed his dominance. He showed his IQ. He showed that he should be a world champion at some point. He's like an uncrowned king, as they say.